Hey, this is Pamela Schneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. Yeah, so about that.
So no one's in the office this week, I guess.
No one's in the office this week, but I am wearing a blazer, business attire at the beach, and I'm about to remedy that. So we're going to make it quick. I'm at the AMHPAC convention this year in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I was invited to speak about inflation, consumer trends, and how the supply community can respond to what's going on, what retailers are asking for. It was all based on the last 2 months of reporting in the Produce Reporter newsletter, the latest information I could come up with to talk about retail trends. Had a great time. This conference is an annual event for Ompak, and the one other educational session that I watched was about labor, and it's a really interesting venue, of course, at the Hard Rock in Puerto Vallarta, but to talk about what these growers and producers are going to be experiencing over the next couple of months was a lot of fun, but unfortunately, a lot of it was about inflation.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about that, and we have more bad news this week from an industry perspective. We got over the weekend the E. coli outbreak that they ended up not officially linking to lettuce at Wendy's, but pretty much the CDC said they're looking into it very closely. So I think it sure sounds like that's going to come out. And this week, I talked to Bill Marler, who's the attorney who is involved in a lot of lawsuits with these outbreaks. Marler has at this point 12 clients who were sickened in this outbreak, and they're suing Wendy's right now. Even though the data is not in, the lawsuit's already starting. And I talked to him, and he told me that once the supplier of the lettuce becomes public, assuming that that's what it is, then they will be added to the lawsuit. So this is really the beginning of the story, and hopefully the outbreak is over since they pulled that product from Wendy's.
All right. That will be really interesting to watch. If we don't even have an official source yet, and they already are talking about adding more defendants in this lawsuit, I find it really interesting that it was just Wendy's and just this area. So I don't know. We're gonna have to watch, because is this gonna come out and get into something bigger? This is the time of year that we typically start seeing E. coli outbreak issues. If we just look at the last 10 years, for example, is when Salinas is wrapping up before they move to Yuma. So it's really suspicious. And when I first saw that outbreak, I was like, is this gonna be lettuce, or is this gonna be ground beef? Because Wendy's, but if it's okay.
All right, well, I think we're going to have to wrap this up from my wife's ceramics studio. I'm surrounded by all this wonderful ceramics. So to explain to your viewers.
It really explains all of the props that you've had over the years. Your girls have experience with clay work.
Yes, well, this is an official studio. This is not my house. But I spent a lot of time here, not nearly as much as my wife as a small business owner. Anyway, I think you should get out to that pool. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I will. So that's it for the Produce Reporter Week in Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter, go to producebluebook.com and sign up.